Hey, this is Eric over at Techno RV, and we have a full line of Garmin dash cameras for you to choose from. And we've made individual videos on each one of these and a comparison video of all of them. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the Garmin Dash Cam 57. All right, this is the Dash Cam 57, and it is nice and compact, pocket size as they call it, just like you want for a dash camera. And it does have a 2-inch measured diagonally screen on this unit, and it also has a magnetic mount. That is one of my favorite features about this. This comes with 2 magnets, and basically you just put the magnet onto your windshield, and then with your camera you can just easily pop it on and off. And then the actual structure of this, what mounts to the magnet, is actually on a ball joint, so this can rotate in any direction. So no matter what angle your window is, you're going to be able to get that camera nice and straight on that. The display resolution on the actual screen here is 320 by 240 pixels. Now that's on the screen. That is not the resolution of the camera and what you're actually shooting from the camera. That's for the screen. It is a color LCD screen, and this unit weighs just a little bit more than 2 ounces. So again, very small, very lightweight, exactly what you want out of a dash camera. It does have a lithium-ion battery built into this, but these units are designed to be plugged in with constant power while you're using them. That battery is only in case you need to unplug it for a little bit to maybe make an adjustment to it or something like that. The battery is not designed just to run full-time for a trip, so make sure that you plug the unit in. This unit does come with 2 power supplies, and the only difference in the power supplies is the angle on the connection point. So you can either use the power supply to where this is going down, or you can use the power supply where this is going up, depending on what your situation is and what works best for you. So it comes with both of those, and it comes with the cigarette lighter style adapter. So you'll plug this into the cigarette lighter and then plug your power supply into this. Now this does come with 2 USB ports, so you're not completely eating up your power supply in your vehicle or RV. So you'll plug your dash cam into one of these, and then you'll have a free USB port to charge a phone or whatever you want to do with that. This unit comes pre-installed with a 16 gig SD card, and you can put your own SD card in it if you want to, up to 512 gigs. That needs to be a class 10 or faster SD card. And so maybe a reason that you would want to put a bigger SD card in it is that these systems do loop over old information. Typically when you're using a dash camera, I mean, if you're on a 8-hour drive, you're really not wanting to keep 8 hours worth of information. There might be bits and parts of that trip that you want to keep, and you can certainly save those as you go along or at the end of the day. But again, it is going to loop and record over old information that you don't want to keep in the first place. So if you want a little more headroom on that, you can always just add your own SD card up to 512 gigs. So let's talk about some of the additional features with the Dash Cam Garmin 57 here. It does have something called incident detection. This has in it what's called a G sensor, and basically what that does is it can detect like a jolt, something that might be an accident. Like if you were to get into an accident and this were to jolt, then what it would do is it would automatically save that footage from that jolt onto the SD card. Now again, you can go in and manually save whatever you want to on this, but in those cases could be a stressful situation, maybe you forget or whatever. But if it senses that jolt, it will go in there and save that on its own. So I think that's a very nice feature. The camera resolution on the 57, now this is what it's shooting in, is 1440p and at a 60 frames per second record rate. And so that is very high resolution. You're going to get a very nice, crisp, clean video out of this, and 60 frames per second is a very high rate. And basically what that's going to do is that's going to minimize any motion blur that you might have. So the less frames per second that a camera might have, you're obviously videoing a lot of things that are moving, and so the less frames per second you have, you can maybe start getting a little bit of blur on something that goes by you or a sign that goes past you. So 60 frames per second is excellent, and then again that 1440 pixels is an incredible is going to be incredible clarity for you when you go back and rewatch the footage off of this. This unit has a viewing angle of 140 degrees. So that is quite generous, and no matter the size of windshield you have, whether you're in a truck or a big Class A, 140 is very generous and is really gonna get you a nice big picture out of the front of that windshield. The Dash Cam 57 does have voice control, so from my driver's seat, I can say, hey Garmin, take a picture. Maybe I come around a corner and there's a nice mountain pass and I want to get a picture of that from this. I can say, hey Garmin, take a picture, and boom, it'll snap a picture. Hey Garmin, save this video footage. It'll do that. It does have microphone controls on this, and you can turn that on and off with voice controls as well. If you want voice on your videos of your conversations in your RV or truck, then you can certainly have that, but you can also certainly take that off as well. This unit does tag your GPS location and your speed at which you're traveling at any given moment. That will be embedded on the screen, or you can go into the settings and say, I don't want that embedded on the screen. That is totally up to you. The Garmin Dash Cam, the family of Garmin Dash cameras, they can auto sync with up to 4 different dash cameras. So what that means is if you were wanting to use this for maybe security reasons, or maybe you have one out the front, maybe you have one out of your back windshield, maybe you're at an RV park and you want one out the side window, you can certainly sync all those up. And what that means is that whenever you go back and view these, it'll line up the date and the timestamp on that to where you can watch them simultaneously from all of the different camera angles. The Garmin Dash Cams work with the Garmin Drive App, and you can just download that onto your smartphone and then Bluetooth to this unit, and then you can basically control the dash camera from that Drive app. So a lot of times when we're going down the road, Tammy will pull up the Drive app and she can actually see on her smartphone what the camera is seeing to make sure she's got a good viewing angle. And then if she wants to snap a picture along the way, she can do that from her app. If she wants to save a particular video, she can do that. Adjust a setting or something, she can do all that from that Drive app. So it is a very, very handy app, and it works very well. With the Garmin Drive app, you can, from your phone, go back and review footage. Now you can do it from the screen here as well, but you can do that from your smartphone, so maybe that'll give you a bit of a bigger screen to maybe go back and look at footage and see what footage you might want to save or not save. So it kind of makes that nice to be able to do that from your smartphone. With the Drive app, the Garmin 57 has something called Parking Guard. It's really a security feature. So if, let's say that you're not with your vehicle, but you've got your camera set up and you're giving it consistent power. If it were to detect a bump or some kind of movement or something like that, then it can notify you of that and give you a video clip of whatever happens to be going on. So that might be a nice feature for those that are maybe, have parked your RV somewhere for a period of time and you kind of want that extra security. The Garmin Dash Cam will do that for you. With the Garmin Drive app, you can also do live view. And you do have to have Wi-Fi for that. You need to be connected to Wi-Fi because you can, from your smartphone with your Drive app from another location, actually see what this is seeing. So that's a nice feature, again, just from maybe a security standpoint, or you know, you just want to see the outside of your RV or the inside of your RV, or whatever the case may be. You can absolutely do that. But again, this would need consistent power to it, and you would need Wi-Fi as well to make that happen. The Garmin 57 has some driver assist features that are pretty nice. So if you're driving down the road and you start floating out of your lane a little bit, it'll give you a nice little audible nudge to let you know that you're getting out of your lane a bit. If you are traveling too close to somebody, or if you're coming up on somebody a bit too fast, then again, it'll give you that audible nudge to let you know that. And then also, let's say you're sitting at a stoplight and there's a car in front of you and the light turns green and the car takes off, and maybe you're looking at something and you just don't recognize that. It'll notice that car taking off and you haven't moved, and it'll again give you a nice little audible nudge to ask you to get moving. So again, those are driver assist features that just make life a little bit easier on the road. Another kind of fun feature that the 57 has is it has a travel lapse feature. So you can take a long piece of travel footage and it'll condense that down into a much shorter video for you to watch or share with your friends and family. So that is the features of the Garmin 57. And again, when you get this, you get the camera, 2 charging cables, your 12-volt cigarette lighter style power supply, your quick start guide, and a couple of magnets to mount it with. You can get all this over at technorv.com, and again, we do have several other models, and we have made a video to where we compare all these different models if you're needing a little bit more information on which model's right for you. And as always, we are here for you, so if you want to call, chat, or email with us, hop on over to technorv.com and we would be glad to help you.